lost in a way.
Hey guys, I'm Wyatt if you're new here. I recently talked about in a vlog that I filmed that I wanted to start a series on this channel about dating as a plus-size gay man, or a fat gay man. That's a neutral term. And I kind of wanted to go over like a bit of what that is and what that looks like for me. I've been single for maybe 3 to 4 years. My last relationship ended in 2018, I believe. It was the longest relationship I had. I think it was just under 2 years. It wasn't really a great experience, but I really lacked that self-confidence to figure out what was good for me and what wasn't. And I feel like over the past few years, I kind of have determined what is good for me, and I think I'm ready to start trying. But I wanted to essentially make this video to talk about what I don't want and what I want out of this. And let's get into that. If you see me looking down, I have my notes on my phone, and this is my microphone, so sorry. 1. This is not a makeover or a transformation process. Okay, so get that out of your mind now. 2. This is not about sex. Okay, I don't want to hook up, I don't want to do any of that. I've had my fill of that for the past few years and I don't want it anymore. 3. I will not be fetishized for being a fat man. There are some people who have a fetish for it, and that's not what I'm looking for, and that is below who I am. So that's out the window. Okay, so now that we've talked about what I don't want, let's go into a little bit of my past experiences as dating as a plus-size man. I remember the first time that I was truly hurt by the fact that I was trying to date as a fat man. I was 18. Fat is a very loose term. I was maybe like 180 pounds. I wasn't toned, was probably the most accurate. I had a crush on this guy in high school for like all 4 years, and when we finally graduated high school, I asked him if he would want to go on a date or hang out or something. And he told me that, you know, he really liked me and that I was perfect, except for the fact that I was fat. So if I lose some weight and got back to him, maybe something would happen. And that, hearing that at such a young age, really instilled in me that I wasn't worth anything because I was fat. And that's not true. I know that now, but at the time I didn't. So I developed an eating disorder. I was bulimic, and I was really strict on what I ate and what calories I consumed, and I would work out on the treadmill like all day long, and I lost so much weight. I got down to like 155 pounds in the span of like maybe 4 or 5 months. That's so unhealthy and not good for you, and I would walk and get dizzy and not be able to see. My vision would go black, and I didn't care because I wanted to be worth something. And once I lost the weight, I reached out back to him, and he wanted to date me then. And I was petty and hurt, and I denied him, and I gave him the same reason that he gave me, which is awful and terrible to do to someone, and it was done to me. So I really regret that, and I really wish I could apologize to him, but I can't, and what is done is done. But I've grown since then. I've had a lot of similar experiences with guys I've been on dates with from like Tinder or Bumble. They've all like told me that we get along really great, but and like I have a cute face, but I'm fat. So I've dealt with that a lot, and I got really desensitized to that. And by the way, I was fat at like 160 pounds. The gay community is crazy. And I also got a lot of like, you can be my gym buddy though, and them wanting to transform me, which leads me to a last example, my last boyfriend. He would take me to the gym as like dates to work out, which at the time I just thought he wanted to spend time with me, but you know, further reflection, like with my therapist and stuff, I realized that there was something else behind that. And it kind of hurt me. He would also like monitor what I ate, but again, at the time everything was framed like he was helping me and like providing something, and I don't believe he came from a malicious place at all. I just think, you know, diet culture and fat phobia are so ingrained into society that he genuinely thought he was helping me instead of furthering self-deprecating thoughts and an eating disorder inside of me. But I've done a lot of work on that. You know, now I'm working with a therapist that I see once a week, a nutritionist I see once a month, and I'm seeing a psychiatric professional, and I feel really good about myself now. Not perfect, obviously, but I feel a lot better. Like, me 4 years ago in front of this camera would have been very like ashamed and self-conscious about what I'm wearing, what I look like, but now I really don't give a shit. I'm cute and I love myself, so fuck anyone who doesn't. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, I kind of want to talk about what I do want out of this experience, a little bit more of the positive side of this video. I'm gonna read a list that I made. I want to feel like I can be my weird self, be the authentic me, and not worry about if my stomach is sucked in or if I have a double chin or how my clothes are fitting. I want to be totally relaxed with my partner, and I want them to be totally relaxed with me. I want a partner who puts in equal effort. It's called a partnership for a reason. I'm just really exhausted about being the only one putting in effort, whether that's in communication, expressing emotions, planning dates, texting back within reason. I'm just tired of being the only one to do that. I want to find someone who feels the same way, I guess. I want someone who has similar interests to me, but not exactly a carbon copy. I want them to bring something else to the table. That way we can have an interesting relationship. I can teach them, they can teach me, and I feel like we could grow together a lot like that. But if we're exactly the same, we're not going to grow at all. I want to date someone who is kind to others and emotionally mature or maturing. Kindness rubs off, so I feel like that situation would only make us more emotionally evolved and be able to express to others in just a nice way how we're feeling and not be so self-involved, which I have a bad habit of being self-involved. I blame it on being a Leo, but I know it's not, and I'm working with my therapist on that as well. I want to date someone who is creative and has projects going on and a life outside of the relationship. That way they can go out and live their best life and do their own thing, and then we come together and they can share the parts of our life that they want to share with me and not be dependent on the relationship for emotional satisfaction. That's not healthy, and I've done that, and I don't want to do that anymore. Most of all, I want to meet my weirdo, someone weird like me, and I think I'm ready. Let's see what happens, I guess. Go ahead and click the subscribe button, like the video, or just come back to follow this journey that I'm on. Thanks. Bye.
I'm average at best, not fit for any glory.